Why are you here?
Raptor versus WaDi. Mewtwo versus
okay.
Yoshi. All right.
All right, so this is a fairly interesting matchup.
Yeah, do you know how Raptor usually fares against the likes of Leo?
So against Freelancer Leo, or whenever he has to see like Dill or to kill Sage's Mewtwo's when he's out at Xeno, he fares pretty well. He knows his way around the combos with the character due to the fact that Mewtwo's incredibly lightweight. But there's a lot of kill power behind Mewtwo, and clinching out the stock is a bit more difficult for Yoshi than for most, just because a lot of his combo-oriented game starts to fall by the wayside once both characters reach those higher percentages.
Yeah.
So getting that kill in is going to be the pivotal point, racking up damage. I feel like that's not going to be an issue for either of these characters, as we already see that WaDi's managed to build up 105 in counting on Raptor.
Good reflection of the egg, puts himself in a good position, and egg not saving him there. WaDi with a very good lead right now.
Yeah, a key aspect of WaDi's play that I feel is very different from the Mewtwo's that we get a chance to see here in New York is he's not afraid to just let Shadow Ball rip and build up damage. He plays incredibly passively. He's used to just letting his opponent approach, leave themselves open, and then just bursting them wide, using a lot of fair, a lot of nair to microspace his opponent, and like I mentioned, Shadow Ball just being able to build up so much pressure. Even just it being charged up like it is now puts out a lot of that pressure of, is he going to let it go? Is he going to save it? What's he going to do with it?
It pressures the opponent into sort of option select. You know, they're more inclined to shield, but Raptor actually coming back with a nice back air. Excuse my commentary, but WaDi answering right back with a nair to fair combo. Impressive.
Having built up 71% to Raptor's last stock, but we saw how volatile these stocks have gone in this game.
Good catch on the neutral get up with the Shadow Ball. You were right about him just like, you know, throwing Shadow Ball out.
It's quite the call out, and at no point is WaDi giving up positioning to let these Shadow Balls go. If anything, the backwards blast towards Mewtwo whenever he lets loose a fully charged Shadow Ball helps him reposition, especially in the air.
Now, one thing I do have to ask, though, Shadow Ball, since it moves in kind of like a sine wave pattern, is it actually able to hit under the ledge, you know, if someone's hanging?
It depends on the charge level, and certain characters that have their hitboxes just slightly on or above the ledge. Yoshi, I don't believe, is one of those characters that has to worry about this.
Okay.
But if
you sure his nose like sticks up a little bit?
It's there, but the hitbox itself is like lower into his jaw.
Oh, okay.
And while WaDi can catch this, the angle is really precarious. He's going to have to launch it from at the ledge himself. So that's going to require him to either be behind Raptor or all the way on the other side of Smashville, which makes the option, it would have to be a read from like 5 yards away. Like, Raptor would never have to have even thought of it as an option for it to end up happening.
Well, I just see him, like, all he does is the ledge is just pressure with Shadow Ball. And it's good, it's working. And right now we have a last hit situation. I wonder if jabbed up smash will do it.
WaDi threatening so much space right now, just moving around trying to charge that Shadow Ball. He lets it rip, but ends up leaving him open for Raptor to get in a forward air. And at these percentages now, forward air from both of these characters so potent, so powerful, and it's going to be what lets WaDi get game one.
Very impressive comeback, though, by Raptor, in all honesty.
Certainly. I mean,
let's hope he can get the download.
There's a good amount of pressure beneath Yoshi as well, especially in the hands of Raptor. But it's a matter about how well he can close out these stocks, and also if he's going to be able to play that campy play style that he likes to exhibit whenever he's really feeling himself, because WaDi's really good at being able to break through that kind of zoning with his own pressure.
Yeah, the Shadow Ball alone, just if you try to camp, it just adds so much pressure, and Yoshi not really having an answer for it. That's the problem.
Although, right out the gate for Game 2, percentage is looking a lot similar to each other right now, as opposed to how dynamic things were in Game 1. My only issue is that we see a lot of egg control from Raptor in these projectile-oriented matches. And we've seen already that WaDi's not afraid to just use Reflector just to beat out projectiles in neutral. So I'm hoping that Raptor can sort of see through this and use them as a mix-up instead and rely more on his grounded approaches.
I mean, if the egg ever gets off shot, I don't think he opts to reflect it, just to more so avoid it, because I think he kind of sees through what Raptor's trying to do, like using the egg as setups.
Plus, when it does get reflected, because it reflects at an angle that's at like the apex of whichever angle Raptor chooses, it denies all of that space for Raptor to move in the air. And when you're denying Yoshi aerial space, you're making so much of his approach much more linear.
But WaDi gonna take the stock real quick. Raptor has to find an answer. Eating 30% off a Shadow Ball, 18 more just from a down tilt fair.
We get the re-grab off that, and WaDi's just further chasing Raptor, constantly building up this percentage, almost having completely lapped him already. And we saw him attempt for the down smash for the quick kill, but WaDi's not going to get it just yet. Simple jab one into Nair, I like it. It's just the little tools like that that are going to help Raptor get himself back in this. And just the raw disable.
Yeah, the Freelancer Leo special.
I don't know if I'll make it through the night if I see 2 Mewtwo's do it, but I know that stock ain't
Good air dodge. Good option select by Raptor. Raptor's back in this.
But he is sitting at 90% in counting. It's going to be a very difficult battle for him to bring it back, and he's going to have to do it through loser's side. WaDi taking that 2-0 over Raptor.